Welcome to the Prep Beat. I'm T.J. Holmes. Alongside next to me is Thomas Lawrence. Football is here. It's in the air. It's August 30th, but we get to see some football finally. We're previewing Week 0 action. Game of the week, Anderson at Shasta. This is a game Shasta won last year, 35-0. You got both these programs are coming in kind of opposite ends of the spectrum right now, with Shasta being one of those teams that expects to play at the end of November in a section championship game this year. Anderson's coming in off a couple of struggling seasons. They have a new coach in Tim Kleiber, but he had to take a step back because of some health concerns. Brought in their offense coordinator as a new head coach in Scotty Edwards, and this are just two programs that are coming in at different phases right now.
You talk about Scotty Edwards taking over his first year as a varsity coach, but Shasta's Aaron Gingery, he's been there for more than a decade now, and one thing consistent year after year with Gingery there has been a great offensive scheme, great offensive moments across the board for Shasta. They've got a 4-wide shotgun pistol this year, and that's the kind of thing that Gingery loves, great offensive line, but what really makes them tick, what lets that happen is Shasta's offensive line. You got Zane Ventimiglia, Johnny K, Alex Dixon, Chase Charday up there. A couple of guys play on the D-line too. They're really what makes this team a contender this year.
Yeah, it's for a Shasta team that wants to start the year so strong. They have so much to prove that they should be playing at the end of the year in a championship game. It's a really hard start for Anderson. That's kind of an uphill battle right away to begin the season.
And another Week 0 rematch from last year. Central Valley hosts River Valley of Yuba City, and CV went down there to Yuba City last year at a really tough start to their season. They lost 17-7, a lot of miscues in that game, and they're looking to really right the ship earlier on this year. Last season they went 5-0 at the end of the year. They kind of like to get things going early against another team called the Falcons this week.
Yeah, it's funny that they're both Falcons. You have fun writing that story, Falcons and Falcons.
RV and CV too.
Always, yeah. And then, but like you kind of talked about getting a good start, and one of those things I want to look at is they get a first look at their up-tempo offense. I mean, you saw a little bit in the scrimmage against Shasta last week. Still a little shaky, so there's still some things that they kind of have to hammer out and make sure they get through in the start of the season. Speaking of an offense that has some question marks, Foothill with their new fly offense under Joey Brown and quarterback Ryan Pollard going under center. They're hosting Reed this week in a game that was supposed to be an away game. They brought it here to Palo Cedro because of some smoke in Reno, and there's some question marks with Ryan Pollard and Foothill. I mean, this is a Reed team that is a two-time Nevada State runner-ups.
Yeah, and for Foothill, this has got to be a bit of a relief. I know that coaches say they like going on the road, but Foothill thought it was going to have a 35-day start to its season without having a home game there in Palo Cedro, and they thought that first home game was going to be in early October against Paradise, and that's never easy. So for them, for a new coach, Joey Brown, to start his tenure, for Ryan Pollard to start this new offense at home with a chance for another win over Reed, that could be huge for the way this team goes this year.
Yeah, that start to a season is so key to just really set the tone for all the season, or for the whole year. And West Valley started last year so strong; they're up 40-1-0 on this week's opponent, Del Norte, but that was on the road. This year they host Del Norte, a team that they just absolutely clobbered. They didn't even have their stars playing that much in the second half. And this is a West Valley program that's consistently been good against North Coast section opponents.
And a really good chance is another route in this one, but I mean not your average one. West Valley's starters could easily be out by halftime, but you're thinking about Del Norte here is facing a team that's been festering over a double overtime section championship loss for 9 months. Leaders of this team, Austin Clark, those guys, relatively peaceful, but I think it might be painful for Del Norte on Friday.
And with Friday Night Football tonight, make sure you check out prepbeat.com for all the scores, video highlights, and photo galleries for all the games from Week 0.